Hello guys, welcome to Apti Jam. This is part 2 of our problems on ages aptitude question series. But before watching this video, make sure you have watched part 1. The link will be provided in the description. Let's start solving some questions. Hitesh is 40 years old and Raj is 60 years old. How many years ago was the ratio of their ages 3:5? Now you can solve it directly, as you can consider the years that we want to find out as x, and you can write it as 40 minus x upon 60 minus x, and the ratio is 3:5, and you can easily solve it out. I will be using the shortcut that we had discussed previously. We have two persons, Hitesh, whose present age is 40 years, and Raj, whose age is given as 60 years. So if we take the ratio of these two, we get it as 40 by 60, and this is 22s are 3s are, so the ratio becomes 2:3. So the ratio of their present age is 2:3. So after how many years? So we don't know after how many years. So let it be x years. The ratio of their ages become 3:5. Now check this is x years. Now check the difference between the term. Here it is 1 and here it is 2. So we cannot directly equate this term. So what we have to do is take the difference of the upper terms and multiply. Here we get it as 1 and multiply it with the bottom terms. And take the difference of these bottom terms and multiply it with these upper terms. So we get it as this 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 1 3s are 1, and 1 5s are 5. Now check the difference. The difference is of 1. So we can equate these terms. Now we have to find out what is the actual difference between these two given areas of the ages. Now 4 was the Hitesh ratio age, but in reality the age of Hitesh was 40. So when the ratio value is 1, what is the actual value of it? We get it as 10 years. And this is the answer. So 10 years after, the ratio of their ages will be 3:5. Now the next question. The ratio of age is of a man and his wife is 4:3. After 4 years, the ratio will be 9:7. If at the time of marriage the ratio was 5:3, then how many years ago were they married? Now, the present, this is the man and his wife. The present ratio is given as 4:3. After 4 years, the ratio is given as 9:7. And at the time of marriage, the ratio of their age was 5:3. So their marriage happened certain years ago, which we have to find out. So let's assume it as x years, and at that time the ratio was 5:3. So let's first solve this portion and try to find out present age of one of the person. So this is the man's wife. The present age is 4:3, and after 4 years the ratio is 9:7. Check the difference. Here the difference is of 5, and here it is 4 years. So if the difference is not the same, what we do is take the difference of above term. Here it is 1, and multiply it with the below term, and take the difference of below terms and multiply it with the above terms. So we get it as, this is 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6, 1 9s are 9, and 1 7s are 7. Now the difference is same, it is 1, and here also it is 1. So the difference is of 1, but in reality the difference was of 4 years. So when the man's ratio age is 8, what is his actual age? So if we multiply it, we get it as 32 years. This is the present age of man. Now let's solve this upper portion of the question. This is 5:3 and this is 4:3. This was some X years ago and this is the present. Again the same method, check the difference. Here the difference is 1, here it is 0. We cannot equate it, so take the difference of above terms, which is 2, and multiply with the below term, and take the difference of below term and multiply it with the above terms. So we get it as 1 5s are 5, 1 3s are 3, 2 4s are 8, and 2 3s are 6. Now check the difference. Here the difference is 3, and here also the difference is of 3. Now we just found out the man's present age, which is 32, but in the ratio it is 8. So when in the ratio the value is 8, its actual value is 32. So what is the actual value of this difference? 3. So if we solve it, we get it as 32 into 3 by 8. This is 4 and it becomes 12 years. So they were married 12 years ago. Let's look at the next question. 10 years ago, A was half of B in age. If the ratio of their present age is 3:4, what will be the total of their present age? Now, 10 years ago, A was half of B's age. So, A by B becomes 1 by 2. So, the ratio of age to B's age is 1:2. This was 10 years ago. And at present, the ratio of their age is 3:4. Again, let's apply the same trick. It is A, B, it is 10 years ago. The ratio we found it as 1:2, and at present it is 3:4. Check the difference. Here the difference is 2. Here also the difference is 2. So we can directly use this value. So when the difference is 2, the actual difference is of 10 years. Now we have to find the total of their present age. So the present age is in ratio 3:4. So what is its total? It is 7. So what will be the true value of this 7? So it just multiply it over here. So we get it as 70 by 2, and you get it as 35 years. You can just solve by looking at the option. We have to find the total of their present age. The present age are in ratio 3:4. So their total will be 7. Now just find the age which is multiple of 7. And we just have one option, which is 35. Its age present age is 2/5 of the A's present age is 2/5 of the age of his mother. After 8 years, he will be 1/2 of his mother's age. How old the mother is at present? Now you should pause this video right here and try to solve this question by your own, and then you can come back and check what's the correct answer. Now if you have tried solving it, let's solve it together. The question states A's present age is 2/5 of his mother's age. So at present A is 2/5 of his mother's age. Let's denote mother with the letter M. So you can write it as A by M is 2/5 and the ratio A is to M is nothing but 2:5. After 8 years, he will be 1/2 of his mother's age. So after 8 years, A is half of his mother's age, which you can write A by M is 1:2 and the ratio is A is to M is 1:2. So the ratio of present age of A and his mother is 2:5 at present, and after 8 years the ratio becomes 1:2. So let's try solving it. There are two persons A and M. So this is the present age and this is the age after 8 years. So initially the ratio was 2:5 and after 8 years the ratio is 1:2. Now check the difference. Here the difference is 1 and here the difference 5 minus 2, it is 3. The difference are not the same, so you cannot directly equate the values. So what we do is we take the difference of above terms, 2 minus 5, take the positive difference which is 3 and multiply it with the below terms, and take the difference of the below terms and multiply it with the above terms. So you can write it as, this is A, this is M, this is present age and this is the age 8 years after. So 1 2s are 2, 1 5s are 5, 3 1s are 3 and 3 2s are 6. Now check the difference. Here the difference is of 1 and here also the difference is 1. Now as the difference is same, you can use this value to find out the answer. Now when the difference in the ratio is 1, what is the actual difference? The actual difference is of 8 years. So if the ratio value of mother's present age is 5, what is her actual age? You can just find out by cross multiplying it. 5 8s are, it is 40 years. So the correct option is option C. Now you can just again solve it by looking at the option. You just found out that the present age of the mother and the son was in the ratio 2:5 and we need to find out the mother's present age. So we found out that in the ratio the value was 5. So her present age will be one of the option which is multiple of 5. So we just have one such option, and which is option C, 40 years. Let's look at the next question. The age of father 10 years ago was thrice his son's age. 10 years hence, father's age is twice that of son. Find the ratio of their present age. So, this was 10 years ago. The father's age was thrice his son's age. So, father by son, you can find the ratio. F is to S, it is 3:1. This was 10 years ago. And 10 years hence, the father's age is twice his son's age. So you can write it as father is to son's age ratio after 10 years. It is 2:1. So let's try to find out their age. This is father, son. This is 10 years ago. And this is 10 years after the present age. And what we need to find out is the ratio of their present age, which is unknown to us. Now we found out that the ratio of their age 10 years ago was 3:1 and 10 years after it is 2:1. Now let's take the difference. Here the difference is 1 and here the difference is of 0. So we cannot directly equate this term. So what we have to do is that take the difference of the above term and just multiply it with the bottom terms, and take the difference of this bottom term and multiply with this above terms. So it becomes, this was 10 years ago, this was 10 years after, and this is your present age. So 1 3s are it is 3, 1 1s are 1, and 2 2s are it is 4, and 2 1s are it is 2. Check the difference. Here the difference is of 1, and here again the difference is of 1. So now as the difference is 1, we can use these values to find out the correct answer. Now the difference is of 1, but what is the actual difference? It is of 20 years. So it is 10 years ago the present age and 10 years after the present age. So the total difference is of 20 years. Now we don't have the ratio values of present age. So what we are going to do is find the father's and son's age 10 years ago and just add 10 to their ages to find their present age and its ratio. So what was the father's age 10 years ago in the ratio? Its value was 3. So what was his age 10 years ago? So father's age 10 years ago, it was 3 into 20, it is 60 years. And son's age, if we find it out, in the ratio it was 1 10 years ago. So the actual value, it would be 20 years. It is 1 into 20, it is 20 years. So the father's age 10 years ago, it was 60 years, and son's age 10 years ago, it was 20 years. So what are the present age of father and son? So father, it will be 60 plus 10, it will be 70 years, and son's age 20 plus 10 will be 30 years. So what is the ratio? It is 70 by 30, it becomes 7 by 3. So the answer is 7:3. Let's look at the next question. Tanya's grandfather was 8 times older to her 16 years ago. He would be 3 times her age 8 years from now. 8 years ago, what was the ratio of Tanya's age to her grandfather's age? Please try to solve this question and put the answer in the comment section. The correct option for this question is option D, none of this, and the right answer is 11:53. If you have any doubts while solving this question, please write it down in the comment section. I will try to help you. That's it for part 2 of our problems on ages aptitudes question series. In next video, we will be solving more questions which include the sum of ages, product of ages, and many more questions. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button, do share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and let's meet in the next video.